So for today's work, we have an outlet change out. So I'm going to start out by removing the cover, and I've already turned off power in the breaker box to this circuit. So here's my voltage tester. I'm just going to do a quick check along the wires, make sure nothing's hot. Then I'm going to remove the outlet. There are 2 screws on each side, and then the ground screw. So 5 screws total. And I'm going to put in the new outlet the exact same way as I removed it. Hot wires go to the brass colored screws, and the white or neutral wires go to the silver screws. And then the ground goes back to the green wire. And then I'm going to put some electrical tape around all of the screws so that there's a low chance of accidentally touching them and getting shocked. And then put everything back and do a quick test with the voltage tester. And for the second stop of the day, I'm connecting a foundation drip system. So I use these because here in Texas the soil is a lot of clay, so it's very expansive when it gets water, but it also shrinks the same amount when it dehydrates. So during the summer it shrinks, and maybe spring when it gets a ton of water it expands, and the expanding and contraction over and over breaks up the concrete slab foundations that we have here in Texas. So it's essential to put a foundation drip system around the perimeter about 15 inches away from the foundation. This causes the soil to expand underneath the edge of the foundation, which supports the majority of the weight around the perimeter. And so it doesn't drop off and cause cracks to form everywhere inside the house or the brick facade if there is brick. So typically these run during the entire summer. So I set these to go between 2 and 3 times per week for about 25 minutes each, and the drip line's underground, so there's very little loss from evaporating during the heat. So very efficient way to keep the foundation soil very moist and your foundation intact. And I always, after I connect the drip system, I always zip tie the valve so that the tenant can't accidentally turn it back off. So I put a splitter on here so that they can still use the spigot, but the main valve needs to stay on, obviously, because it's connected to the timer all the time. So zip tie it, and tenant typically won't be able to screw this up once it's connected and turned on. And then I remove these in about October, where the heat is low enough so that the soil doesn't lose that much moisture. So here is an example of how well a foundation system can correct any previous damage to the foundation. So the left is 2022, and then I installed the drip system maybe at December of 22, and then it ran all of 23 during the summer, and it was able to completely close up the cracks that had formed in the drywall. So this means that the foundation had leveled out on the perimeter where it previously dropped off from the soil drying out and shrinking. So these are the exact same cracks, so huge difference in correcting previous damage and halting any future damage. So you can see that someone had filled these in with caulking previously to try to hide the cracks, and when the tenant moved in they never watered the foundation like they're supposed to, so then I was forced to put in the underground drip system that turns on automatically. So cracks have completely closed up just from one summer of using the drip timer, and this is with them turning off the main valve instead of the open spigot that's on the splitter. Foundation system is definitely recommended if you have expansive soil.